Hey guys, O here from my Vids and welcome back to another video, and in this video it's going to be a bit of a different style as I'm just sitting here talking to the camera about the show, or the series, Trollhunters, which I've just completely rewatched from start to end over the period of just under a month. In about a month, because I started this when we were on holiday while my family was about a month ago. Also, this is the first time I'm noticing that I really like this background for my videos. It sort of shows me and who I am. So I'm going to start this Trollhunters review of sort of pointing some stuff out. Just there are my iPhone boxes. You have the XR, which was my phone, the 10s, which my friend gave to me, the 8, which was mine, the 11, no, maybe probably the 11 Pro, which my friend gave me the box for, but I do have an 11 Pro Max. Going to be upgrading for my birthday in about 2 weeks. There is an iPhone 4S box, which was my first ever phone, and right there are my headphones. That's an alcoholic drinks that I've liked. I can't remember what that one is. That one's like a vodka premix thing. Then them two are my favourite brand of cider: Skull, Iron Man, a Marvel drink, and then The Flash, Cyberman. Okay, I'm going to stop now, otherwise I'm going to get completely sidetracked. So, first of all, my favorite of the series was Trollhunters, the original. I personally really liked it, as I felt like it was the best paced, had the best humor, and was just great. I know that's probably a lot of people's opinions, but yeah. Second favorite was definitely Wizards. I don't really count the movie as a series, then my least favorite was Three Below. The jokes were really hit or miss, and the pacing fell off, at least in the first season. The finale, in my opinion, was absolute shit. Just because they spent this whole time, well, spoilers ahead, lots of spoilers in this video, trying to get their parents back. Then right at the end, done. They sacrificed themselves in a bit of an anticlimactic way. Onto the movie. I personally really liked it. They used one of my favourite pieces of music, which I'm going to quickly try and find whilst I continue talking. Nope, do not play. I do not need a copyright strike. Yeah, so the movie was really, really good, in my opinion. Okay, here it is, real quick. It's this one. No. Yeah, None Shall Live. This one. I'll just quickly play a bit. Hopefully it's not copyrighted. Yeah, so if you watch the show, you'll definitely recognize that. Yeah, so one of my favourite pieces of music from the show. I would highly recommend you listen to it. I'm looking at myself in the camera randomly. Sorry about that. So yeah, the movie is awesome, other than the ending, which I'll get into in a moment. Fight scenes great, characters great. The one thing Toby's death was really emotional, especially for me, because I've watched this in around a month. I understand somebody who watched this as the series has came out, as I did originally when it was first released, wouldn't feel that way, maybe because of like the breaks, but that's just my opinion. On to the ending, which I think is the part most people have an issue with. So, first of all, ending fight scene, awesome. The way he called for the amulet, one of my favourite parts in everything. But the actual ending itself, again, this is if you didn't mind the spoilers earlier, and you haven't watched the movie or finished the series, and you do not want to know how everything ends, stop the video now. Come back when you finish it. Which, if you haven't watched it before, go watch it. First of all, the way everything sort of came together. After Toby's death, they all came together, and Jim decided to reset the timeline so he was the only one who would remember. Which sounds fine until you realise that means everything they've done over the course of, I think the first one came out in 2014, last one came out in 2021, and if that's a realistic timeline, that is for 7 years, let's just say 5, from 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 15, 16, 17, 18, no, when did it come out? Yeah, so he reset the timeline, which, in my opinion, was just kind of awful. as he's the 2016, so that, and 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 6 years. Over the course of 6 years, if it's real time, was for nothing. Absolutely nothing. Which is just mind blowing to me. As I get, they lost everyone, but that just makes those deaths completely gone, really. And the emotions behind them mean nothing, essentially, to me. Sorry, I'm rambling. I didn't think about this video. I'm just sort of getting my thoughts out. So, yeah. It makes those deaths completely moot. And he also essentially killed Steve and... I forgot a name. Can't remember it. Sorry. Babies, which they just had, less than, I'd say, an hour before. Which is a bit barbaric. I understand, the show's make-believe. But thinking about this from, like, a realistic perspective, bit iffy in the morals department there. What else? Yeah, so after he reset the timeline, Toby found the amulet rather than Jim, and Toby's a crap troll hunter. I'm gonna say it now. If they kept the show going for whatever reason, no, just no. He wouldn't have been good, in my opinion. It just doesn't suit his personality that we were shown throughout the show. And also, when Jim tried out for the part of Romeo again at the end of the show, they didn't use the original voice actor's speech, which they had done before. They didn't do it this time, which bothered me personally, as I feel like using his speech would have been the better option, as the original voice actor died just before part 2 or 3, I believe, which, really sucks. And they did, it was a warning they were going to recast Jim, but they could have used it one more time. Also, at the end of the original 3-parter Trollhunters series, they said something along the lines of, "In memory of Al Trollhunter," and then his name. They didn't do this at the end of the Rise of the Titans movie, which, would have been perfect, in my opinion. Great way to sort of finalize the show and, make the ending sting just a little less, as he was my preferred voice actor of the two. And I honestly think he would be if it was somehow reversed in terms of which voice was which. So, yeah, I think that is everything. Give me one sec to think. Oh yeah, I wanted to give some more thoughts on the series since I've just been ranting about the ending. So, first of all, Trollhunters Part 1, really enjoyed it. Loved the way it was structured. Part 2 is probably the one I remember the least. I don't know why. And then Part 3 was again very cool. Jim becoming a troll, sort of in the middle, because cool idea, executed, okay-ish. Really, in my opinion. Yeah, and then 3 Below, weakest of the shows, in my opinion. Just the humour, the structuring, the characters, everything just felt a little bit too different. I understand that was the concept. It was supposed to be sort of a break from everything, but I feel like it could have been done in a better way. And, yeah. Next, Wizards. Loved that show. I loved Dukesy. I loved the cat. I loved Merlin in that. He had a much bigger role. I love seeing Morgana's origin, especially that. Yeah. Also, the way Jim was in it, was a bit... To me, I understand, he got hit by that thing, became, sort of an ARG-style troll who was under the control of the undead Arthur. The way he became... when he became human again, holy crap, he was awful. He went from, the strong hero who had been through so much to, I don't have my special amulet, I can't do this, which was just not, I understand he'd been through a lot, but I don't see how, because he became Trop, because he lost the amulet, he could go from, all the confidence he built to a wimp again. And that, I think that's everything. I might make another video on this once my thoughts have bubbled for a few days. But yeah, thank you very much for listening to my awful rant. So, as always, my name is O, stay epic, and goodbye.